Hello, everyone. N here, pronouns they, them. Community lead at Livepeer Foundation, new title, super exciting. Welcome to our water cooler chat. This is a weekly event where we talk about all things Livepeer with the community. Just some updates from my end. We are seeing on the Explorer over 50% participation rate, so thank you to orchestrators and delegators for making that possible. And we're seeing around over 16,000 fees on the network, so that's super exciting to see as well. Over to Rick. Any updates from you?
No, only the proposal is now live for the transformation SPE. We just did a presentation on that. There also was a presentation in the fireside. So looking forward to see people vote on chain.
Hey guys, I'm gonna forward you both the link for the body server and also the announcement. So we're talk with a lot of things with Titan and options to become able to launch the full embodied agents, so the agents with their avatars. And there is a major Vulkan issue in regular computers with regular GPUs, which require you to basically have a license with NVIDIA, which you need $90 per year to get, and so there might be no workaround for that because on a regular GPU you're getting the basic Vulkan support only with the NVIDIA grid drivers. You're getting the full support. So we're offering two options for onboarding. The first option is to run your the full embodied engine in your machine, and you will get uh, the full pricing. And the second option is to onboard via AWS, and you will get a 50% reduction. And this is also an incentive to non-technical orchestrators who do not have GPUs to also enter the embodied network and take part into that vision. And the launch is expected to be done on Wednesday and to coincide with the fireside. The orchestrators that will be onboarded, and we will onboard in the event, but we will still be onboarding uh, for all the orchestrators of the network. Will be able to run the containers, but they will need, for now at least, to run the game on the host machine because of the containerization issues with Vulkan. We're working on fixing this. It seems that it's very hard to fix it. Also, if anyone here has any feedback on how to containerize Unreal Engine 5.5 version games with in computers that in GPUs that support Vulkan drivers and headlessly stream that, I would be very happy to talk with them about it. And so these are the news, guys. Very briefly, we will talk about on the far side. And thank you very much for supporting this, and for Frank here, who is the only orchestrator who runs the Windows pipeline. Thank you, Frank. It was very important your testing, and hope to see you all in the Linux launch and take part into those um, amazing incentives that we're creating for the ecosystem, and see the growth of the agents and the PNL.
Amazing. Defense, super excited for you and the rest of the Embody team. Excited to see that launch, and I'm here to support as much as I can on the foundation side. If there's any questions, feel free to drop them in chat. But moving on to try to make Fireside shorter today. So you're not Fireside, Water Cooler shorter today. Jason wanted to do a summit check-in. So let's do a sound off in chat. Who is actually going? Who's here right now? And Jason, how are you excited?
Yeah. I I've been waiting to. Well, I have a bit of a. I'm waiting for my documents from the government.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I'm really excited to go. But like, if I can make it, then it will be really sad.
Oh, I hope they come through quickly. Yeah, I'll be there alongside with Foundation. Who else will be there? That's here today.
I will be
Brad
there.
says he's going as well. It's-
Woo!
Yeah, excited to meet everybody I've collaborated
I think
with in the last years. All the orchestrators, a
yeah,
lot of
this will be
people I've
first
partnered
face
with.
to face with Rick and the team. I think
Yeah,
it
yeah,
would be really
we had
nice.
so many calls, but never seen you face to face. Similar to N,
Yeah.
I haven't seen you also face to
Yeah.
face yet.
I am taller than people think, which is by design. Going, okay, awesome. Well, I'm excited to meet everybody, and I think it's going to be a really good opportunity for us to all, of course, there's going to be a lot of workshops and the hackathon is going to be happening. Um, but I just think it would be good to connect and really, uh, figure out how to all the pillars that Foundation's working on, as well as all the pillars that you guys care about individually, to figure out how we kind of move the ball forward together, what initiatives we want to see. So I'm excited. It's always fun to be in the same room and nerd out about Web3 stuff. It's one of my favorite pastimes.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's been so many years just seeing each other on like a photo on the screen. I mean, we haven't really seen each other, so I think this will be really good to connect as well. Like as a Livepeer community, I mean, like we've been like a lot longer, but we haven't really been like seeing each other. So I think this will be a really great opportunity to connect and make friends, I guess.
absolutely, I'm super excited. And also, Portugal will be very nice. I'm imagining. I've never been to Portugal actually. I've been to Europe a number of times, but never Portugal. So excited to check that off the list of countries I've been to. Any other thoughts or comments from folks? I'm excited to see a lot of people going here. Nope. Okay. Well, thank you, Jason, for doing that summit check-in. And again, there's the summit channel that Carlota is posting in, so all the updates and announcements will be in there. And of course, for folks who aren't going, I know the FOMO will be crazy, but we're definitely gonna take pictures. We'll try to record as much as we can, so people can tap into the learnings and see the fun that everyone's having. All right, we have two topics from John. So I know you were just asking folks for some input, but take it away if you want to re-ask your questions.
Sure. Yeah, we don't have a lot of people on stage today, so maybe the first question isn't too relevant, but I just wanted to share like some stuff that I'd ran into with running my AI orchestrator for the new Daydream pipeline that's launching with new. They're trying to ramp up capacity this week, as everyone knows. Just I would say just be mindful of like heat pockets in your boxes and stuff. I had two 4090s and 011 Evo case, and if anyone has like a vertical 4090, really good to take note of. There's a backside there that you can put fans on. I had a lot of heat pockets with that one GPU. But yeah, curious if anyone's had any findings with their AI orchestrators and any kind of issues. Water cooled, that definitely is the way to go. It's exciting to see
luckily
all this
I've
demand on the network.
yeah, I will share the update in the chat so that if orchestrators haven't joined the AI real-time AI from the Daydream side, so the stream diffusion, they can look at the message and can join. Yeah, luckily my GPU it's doing work, but it's still at let's see, 50 degrees right now. But I only now have one in there, John. So I have another 4090, but I didn't add it yet.
That's a good point. One other thing I learned too is some 4090s are overclocked, and you'll see that the max power like 500 watts, or typically it's around 480 or 450. You can bring those down a little bit. I think think probably 400 is a safe place to be at. I've seen as low as 385 or so. Something to keep in mind if you experience issues.
Do you also use server boxes already, or I know you have a lot of boxes
Yeah,
around.
I've been trying really hard to fit two 4090s in a 4U, and the coolers are just too big. Probably with a slightly different motherboard, it would work. But my approach instead of building larger servers with huge CPUs with capacity of like 4 GPUs, still kind of keeping like top of the line AM4 socket. These are 5900 XT processors. With two 4090s. So.
I think Brad had 3 or 4 in one server. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brad. I don't know which case you used.
I think he said he had 2, 3.
3. 3, 4, 5090s. Yeah, yeah, that's not the founders, right? So it's the big 5090. I think that one. It's really tight. You sent me a photo. I think I remember that one.
Yeah, it's exciting, especially like we're thinking of launching additional pipelines, and of course the demand is with Daydream right now. But as we develop PyTrickle, just trying to keep a couple 4090s available. Got one 3090 for development essentially, and we'll have to be bringing more on here soon. But yeah, it's really interesting as we begin building more model capabilities on the network and more capacity. The capacity has to scale with what we're offering as well. So it'll be interesting to see how these different pipelines sort of compete for capacity on the network as we expand.
Yeah, I'm really excited on the work you did. I said already in the chat after Peter's presentation on bring your own container, everything that coming together now. Peter also sent me like the text back. Can't wait to try it out with my own pipeline there. Just do something fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of new models and stuff coming out every day. Really excited about the audio inference pipelines as well, or generative pipelines. Brad has built something where you can do a video output with no video input. Presumably, it could be text inputs to like an agent, and we've been working with the agent SB to enable those use cases. I've also seen stuff like endless generative streams that have come out lately. So really excited about what PyTrickle can do as just being like a Python package you can install in anything, for example, an Unreal Engine container or something like that. And what you get from that is a full, all the error handling, all the protocol integration, health checks, full compatibility with Go Livepeer network as a capability. So that's really exciting. We'll be cutting a version of ComfyStream this week with the latest ComfyUI version support as well, so we can start testing new nodes in the network and start driving closer to like a community-driven workflow pipeline vision that we kind of had earlier this year.
Yeah,
that's
exciting stuff. Looking forward to work with you guys from the foundation side on the vision, moving it forward.
Yeah, feel free to reach out. Anyone has any ideas on like new pipelines and stuff we could do, drop in the AI research channel or reach out to the SP team. And we'll be also happy to work with other SPs like we are with Agent SP as well.
Yeah, you have the transcription already fully working. I think Brad showed me that. Also, video understanding I saw. That's a really interesting one.
That's correct. Yeah, we've got the transcription both in just like a vanilla PyTrickle and also in ComfyStream. And with ComfyStream and PyTrickle together, making ComfyStream a BYOC container app. The video understanding is a really exciting use case as well. We've been using Gemma model to improve that. We also have like a translation from that as well. It's VLM based. I'm curious if anyone's heard of the nano banana kind of models, and it's more of a Google thing, but
it's hard to not hear of that. If you look at Twitter, it's everywhere.
Yeah,
like
but it's a proprietary. I don't think they have open source.
Okay, so the comfy nodes they were talking about were like API nodes to Google's API.
I mean, there is like a Quen image edit. It's pretty good. Like it's not nano banana, but it's pretty good. it's like there's quantized version for 16 gigs, 18 gigs. Like we can probably have that on the network if we want that.
That's something to think about too. Like other AI model providers. I mean, the real time market's still developing, and there's not a lot of examples out there. But as far as I know, but just making comfy UI nodes or other type of application integrations that allow people to integrate with the network at a gateway level is a really exciting thing too. Part of our roadmap and stuff I wanted to throw out there too is, we have this SDK for our batch pipelines we built before, which enabled people to build Node.js apps and front ends for the Livepeer AI network. I think one thing that's important is targeting an SDK that provides support for the BYOC path, and that will allow for even more rapid development on both ends of the network. That's all the ideas I had to drop, and the good conversation there. And I know you wanted to keep it short, but thanks for the
No,
time.
you're
Yeah,
fine.
I will echo what John just said about SDKs and kind of enabling building. I think I'm also looking at some CLI options, for us to build out a kind of a create Livepeer app, something that would even more streamline onboarding in a kind of familiar way to a lot of developers.
Awesome. I'll keep it pushing. Good conversation. Feel free to continue it in chat or in the AI channels. Last up is Titan for feedback from orcs on. So Titan, are you with us?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yes. Yeah. So you
There we
wanted to
go.
get some feedback from orcs.
Yeah, basically, this really just comes in line with what Define was talking about in terms of getting orchestrators up and running and with the container. So, like the Sarah project, we want to have a one-on-one room with Sarah where you can interact with her and play around with all of her settings. And in doing so, each one-on-one session has to have an orchestrator running. And so we're having a tough time getting these Vulkan drivers to work inside of just a regular headless container that isn't run on AWS. So I know I'll let Define kind of continue on with his experimenting of using AWS. Is that the plan? Is that the plan there, Define, is to use just AWS instances for now until we can figure out how to do it in local machines? Or not? I don't know.
We can't hear you, Define, if you're talking.
Yeah, I can't hear you. But yeah, I'm going to be working just a bit more. I've got a couple other ideas on how we can maybe get it going. But yeah, it's just we're in a weird position where we have a product, we want to spin it up, but we're just having technical difficulties on the back end. So the other way to do it is to run just like a binary where it's going to use up the entire machine operating system to run the whole game and open up the ports. And what that would require from orchestrators is that really you can only have one. If you can only have one container, or I guess one instance of that game engine happening per machine, and that machine would also have to be running either Ubuntu desktop or like a Windows desktop version with a proper display port. Because if it's headless, like if it's Ubuntu server or it doesn't have that Vulkan support. So I guess just feedback from orchestrators: would they be happy running, a dedicated like Ubuntu desktop or Windows desktop for each live streaming agent? Right. It's just tough because it just makes it hard to scale up and down because you only get one per. So yeah, these are just kind of some of the limitations we're trying to work around.
Yeah, I haven't dived into the question much. Did you look at like micro VMs or something like nano VMs, like the very minimal ones?
No, what like within Docker or like outside of Docker?
I think they're outside there. So I will give you the firecracker is one I remember, but there are multiple. They're like lightweight VMs that you can spin up. So
Right.
not like a full VM, but they will slow down your process. But these will slow it less down than like the full VM.
Right. Yeah, send the link. I'm just kind of curious if it's like something we can. 'Cause it really just comes down to like the NVIDIA driver support for their Vulkan package, and like it just they don't allow it to I guess do it. I don't know. It's very confusing, and they switched from what is it called GL4 to Vulkan in this latest update, and so you just can't even seem to get it working without licenses or proper usage. It seems like AWS is the only one that can really handle it. So, but that's not really ideal, as having orchestrators just run AWS instances, doing AI agent stuff. Like I feel like it's a good bit of against the ethos of like us creating a decentralized network anyway. If the only person that can run it is AWS, it's kind of like, well, we need to find a better solution, right? So anyway, that's just kind of my some updates, just trying to get that all working, and working closely with Brad, and we'll try and the AI SPE team, and trying to get the engine inside of the container, or some sort of workaround, so that we can start having orchestrators spin up instances and go from there.
Amazing. I do have to jump. People don't have to leave if there's more conversation, but I have a meeting. So, two notes for me before I wrap. One, I know there's been a lot of people talking about wanting more content going out on Twitter. I'm super happy to announce that Lizzie is getting up and running really quickly. So, we're already seeing content go out, which is super exciting. So, hopefully, that will, especially on Telegram, appease the masses. But yeah, I'm super excited to have Lizzie on board. Super amazing marketer. So we're really lucky. And the second thing is I got Daydream to do a monthly announcement for our community in the Fireside. So we will have that in a consistent cadence and get plugins from what's happening over there, as there's less crossover with myself joining Foundation. The entities are operating pretty autonomously from each other. So we're going to get updates from Eric every month on the progress for Daydream. All right, thank you all for joining today. I'm going to jump off, but if you have more things you want to talk about Titan, I know Brad, you jumped up. Feel free to continue chatting. Bye, y'all.